Hello there, wherever you are. Welcome to new session with your program Ease Visions, and we hope you enjoy your time. And welcome with the new session with the new topic. We're gonna have chat about it. Today we're gonna talk about very sensitive issues. The community saying that educate a woman, that means educate the entire community. It can be obvious that there is no better demonstrated than giving care to the girl education. As it can be obvious, girls regarded as the backbone for rural economics. They feature water, firewood for the household, and care a young sibling. Only the lucky ones go to school despite the greatest potential leader and contributor in the community. For many girls, the unpleasant practice, they resign them from achieving their education dream since they are arriving their early marriage. In the same cases, parents insist on them staying away from school for weak reason. I believe we're going to have a very, very interesting conversation about the girl educations. And before to go to our guests, I would like to watch some a clip. Let's go to the studio and get back again. Be with us, please. Well, welcome back again. And please, I give you very pleasure guest inside the studio. I would like to give you Miss Awadi Al-Hassan. Thank you for joining me and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm so excited, so happy to be with you. And I do hope that people they will enjoy it and they're going to benefit from it.
Thank you. Education, and we'll talk about education and girl, in particular education of girl. I think it's quite essential thing. We need just to spot a light on it. And let's start by, what's the important when we talk about girl education here?
Okay, let us first talk about the concept of girls' education. Yeah, I mean like the world around us. Maybe you will find like. It is rare to talk about girls' education because they reach a good point. I mean, like girls, like boys, no different. But here in Sudan, and particularly in Kassala, we are focusing more in girls' education because I think it is a gender issue. Where girls they don't have the right to enjoy the schools. They are spending all their times in doing home things, cooking, taking care of the kids, things like this. And I think we should consider this thing because you other mentioned girl is the future. She is a woman's future. Like the boy, he's going to be the man in the future. So no different. Why? Boys, they do have the chances. But girls, no. That's it.
I believe when you talk about education of girl as a term, it's not taking part from the global term language. For many places in different spots in this world, when you talk about girl education, what does it mean girl education? It's become as part of the human rights.
You're not right. You're not right.
And that's why it's a really good point that you mentioned the concept of girl education here.
Or maybe just now our community and they realize that girls' education is very important because life is not just men. It's not just about boys. Yeah, we do have girls. She's your sister. She is what else you can say? Yeah. So she has the right to have a progress, to be educated like you, to have a good nation.
Okay, I don't know. In both the cities and village in scale, you can find that there is not big worries about girl education in the cities if you take a look at it. But when you go to the rural economics, so it's concerned, and it should be just part of the people thinking. So just tell me about the girl education, about these issues and their effectiveness on rural economics or rural communities.
Just have a look at the rural areas and have a look at the city or Kassala town, for example, and the rural area. look at the differences. So the community there still like no change or no progress. But in the city or in the town, yeah, there is something that it's clear, and I hear it in the media like girl education, but I think mostly they are concentrating more on the rural area, and there's so many UN agencies, I think UNICEF and other local NGOs, they are pushing this thing forward. That's it, yeah.
You know, in rural community, I'm still insisting just focus basically in rural economy because it's a big deal, you know, about these issues. Really, there is still, you know, nostalgic pictures, very sadness, you know, picture about the different aspects of the girl over there, you know, for such a reason that belong to some traditional customs.
Religion.
You know, so it's not just like bringing girl to the school and the class is wrong. What about the issues? What should we do about the way of thinking, the conception, traditional? Don't you feel it is a big deal?
Yeah, we're talking about something. Yeah, it touched my heart really because I'm from this area. I'm from Kassala. The problem is, I think we are facing it in the rural area. I mean, in the town, we don't have, it's not that big problem. I mean, sending girls to the school is not that big problem. But for the rural people, it seems that they do not accept it because of the culture, because of, I think for me, it's just a matter of misunderstanding to the religion, to the Islam, because Islam is not against girl education. We do have, they can return back to Islam, to Sayyidah Aisha radiallahu anha, and yeah. So, I mean, we can depend on the community leaders, on the imam of Jami, and the other community leaders, the teachers, if there's a powerful woman, if there is, we can depend on them, like to mobilize the community about these things, to raise their awareness, because like this, really, we are wasting our time. After, because look at I mean, like, look at the countries around us.
They got so big and really like they exceed so high level.
And we are seeing this situation, no change. A big effort needs to be done. We need to organize ourselves with the government, with the UN agencies that can work in these things, and with the local NGOs, with the NGOs, to take a step.
You know what I got from your speak. You know, we need to focus basically on the factors. You know, in the management there is what is called the problem trees analysis. You know, don't just focus or just try to put an eye on the effect or the result. Just try to keep digging on the roots of the problem itself, the reason behind that. And that's why leads me to that question. You know, some factors, I believe we need to spotlight on it. The poverty here, it's a big concern, and definitely for sure, it's not just the social factors here. Also, the poverty affecting the girl education. How that can be?
Yeah, it can be. But like we're talking about the problem tree. Maybe one of it is like the poverty and the misunderstanding to the religion, and also the cultures. And sometimes they drop out because of the early marriage, and this maybe you can take it as in next sessions in your show, the early marriage. And but poverty, there's so many poor people around the world, but they are sending their girls to the schools because they believe on education. But here our problem is, till now, sending girls to school for some communities, it means bad sign. It means bad things. It's what a shame. She's in the school like this. So we need to raise the awareness of our community. I know that from my career, from my experience, I work close to these areas, and I work in the literacy domain, so I know the mentality of our people. Many efforts really need to be undertaken.
Okay. About the point is the poverty.
Okay.
I don't know. Just I feel really it is quite. It affects basically on it essentially even because for many cases here, many families, they don't send all their children to school. Even they call it just like a negative discrimination. Because of that, girls, they can't do any kind of work in order just try to improve the income for that family. So they just like staying in home also for social.
Sorry for interruption, but what is the connection between the poverty and sending girls to the schools? But we can say we cannot send our boys to the schools because we want them to work. We want to increase our But girls, what are they doing? They are just
staying home because there is nowadays education it's so costly things here. There is a fees, there is some money should be spent in the uniforms, and maybe the school is so far from the school where the people they live, so they should pay up money for transportation.
So they are sending their boys and not their girls. This is gender issue. We need. I'm still keeping saying. The main point or the solution, it will be raising the awareness of those people. Building schools is not solution. Building schools is not solution. You will build it, but they will not join it because it's what a shame.
That's
it.
Yeah, it's so interesting. And let me hit you with some facts. It just has been from the reality by some formal and international bodies here, for UNICEF, for instance. Here they say the primary school age population in Sudan, made up of children between ages of 7 and 14 years, is estimated at 9 million. You can imagine this, very enormous number of population between 7 and 14. Those, population should be in the classroom. Let me complete. The Federal Ministry of General Education report that in the northern states, gross enrollment has increased from 60.2% in 2005 to 67.8%. Overall, in 2006, Sudan Household Health Survey reported that only 53% of the children are actually attending classes at any level. Just let me hit you with some surprises here. And 49, just in this point, 49% of girls are missing out on their primary education. What's going on here?
I know, just let me finish.
Can you imagine that? It's just like about 49% of the girls, they're not enrolled, they don't go to school at all.
Yeah, this fact, and this reports. Just what we can say, let me finish the thing from UNICEF. They sang the UNICEF, they are doing a great
and also,
job.
the Federal Ministry of General Education also
they are doing a great job, but
together.
they need to do a lot. Do a lot.
Really.
It is 2014 people, and we still have girls in the homes.
Education, girl, that means education the whole nation.
For me, girl education is more important than boys' education.
What about equality here? You talk about
she
gender.
is the mother. She's gonna be.
And the boy is the father. What about it? And also has very effective. I don't just like make some, competition between boy and girls. Yeah, I believe that education. This is right for everybody, regardless to their, social or ethnical group that we belong to.
Well,
this is not a barrier for.
In a short
this is a right.
Yeah, in a short sentence, why we are developing country? Why we are developing country? What is because.
Okay, this is just, give you like impression for sadness. Let me, make in the cloud 9 here.
Okay.
Despite this constraint, there is a growing appreciation of education with the Sudanese community. There is some effort has been accepted here. Just try to change the thinking way. A strong partnership are being developed with the parent-teacher councils, and the girl education movement resulting in greater local ownership and leadership for education. And that was 2004, and also this is a report come from the UNICEF, for instance, here. So, there is the 49 that in 2000, so you can imagine that up to now there is some improvement in this picture.
Progress. There is a good
so
progress.
We still have hope.
And I think before, like 10 years ago, concept of girls' education was like, something strange. But now it became normal. But we still have some areas we need to work a lot. We need to push these things. A great effort we need to do it. And but there is a problem. Like in some areas, well, there is a basic secondary school, there is a basic school for girls, but there is some community practice like the early marriage. It stops their process. So you will face the same thing. So this is, at this step you need to fix the problem of early marriage. It is also another issue.
Okay, it's a big issue really, and we need to adopt some mechanism here, some methodology. I believe the awareness and the consumption of girl education should be speeded out.
Okay.
So which mechanism can be effectively play a role here?
From my side, I work closely to the communities here in Kassala, and I'm part of the community here. And I think first we need to convince the community that girls' education, all people, girls' education is its need. If they didn't believe that it's not need, so we don't want it. This process it will be stopped. I mean, community has a role. It's a big role. With the community, we need to mobilize the community. With using, as I mentioned, the community leaders. I mentioned Imam of Jama, teachers, powerful people, health workers in the health facilities or health unit, the doctors in the village. We can use them to emphasize. The government has a role. The Ministry of Education has a role. The organizations has a role. All these aspects together can make good things, but you cannot separate it. I mean, government alone, community alone, agencies, UN agencies, organizations alone, they cannot do things. They need to work in a union.
Yeah, more collaboration and coordination come from different sides.
Yes.
I don't know. Even this is a part of our reality. If we take a look at it, you want to say?
Yeah, I want to continue because I talk about the mechanism.
Okay, go ahead.
We can use the mass media, the radio, television. What else? And I don't think we can use the social media.
Like advocacy, designing or setting up a campaign, go to the rural economics and just try within different kind of social activities.
I think we do have a broadcast in the local language, Bani Amir and Hadandawa. We can use these things.
Okay, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but the controller gave me a sign there is some phone call receiving. Hello? Hello there. Are you hearing me? Hello. I hope there is no any kind of problem with the connection. Hello. Okay. Let's continue.
Yeah, I think you do have.
We will keep speaking until they give us another sign from the control. If we're still receiving a phone call. Hello. Okay, let's start from the point that we started. Yeah, about the, it's, just like designing some campaign, just try to improve or raising the awareness about girl education. We talk about the mechanism, I mean the method that we should use. Yeah.
Yeah. Our community, their religion is their cultures. Really, trust me.
Okay, hello? I'm sorry, hello?
Hello, Raji.
Oh, Mr. Muhyiddin, thank God we hear your sound. How are you, sir?
Good, thank you.
Welcome to the program, East Vision Show, and thank you for joining us. Tonight we talk about the girl education. My guest and I believe it's very, very essential topic, deserve to have chat about it. So I need to ask you from your career, from your experience about the girl education, how the effort takes place in this point.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Raji, and allow me to welcome your guest in this studio. And actually, as you have mentioned, girls' education in Sudan is a very essential topic that you are holding today. And from my side, I think it is very essential for us as Sudanese to consider girls in the first, side to educate them, because for me, I think girls are not receiving the right in education, and this might be particularly not in the urban areas, but in the rural areas. And as I've mentioned, I've been working as a teacher, and I've been working also in the humanitarian, field. I know how girls are suffering in education, and for me, I think the communities, they need to be enlightened that they have to advocate the rights for the girls to be educated, and most of the phenomena that might be considered is the early marriage, and this is one of the most problems that's facing girls in the rural areas. A girl of 12 or 13 years old is a school drop because of the early marriage, and this is from my side. I think it's a big problem, and which I cannot allow them to continue education.
Well, okay, what about the other factor? It's clear that the social factor here, for real, just like create iceberg here, a big barrier, for girl education getting progress. What about the poverty? My guess here, we have some controversial chat here. Don't you believe poverty also play a role?
Well, if you look around, we are Sudanese. The entire, or maybe almost all of the Sudanese society are living in poverty. But I can say poverty cannot prohibit or prevent families to send their girls to schools, because the way we have learned and the way our moms have learned, it was like just a very simple life. But this is from my side, as I have said earlier. This is socially related to marriage, related to lack of awareness among the families, among the communities, that they prevent their daughters to go to schools. But poverty cannot. Just from my side, I don't believe it is one of the factors.
I'm sorry. Just this is from reality. When you go to the rich countries, for instance, they don't know what is girl education for the whole matter. You can find just talking about the girl education in developing countries, which still just suffer from poverty, from traditional chronic problem. So maybe many simple people, they have a limited financial resource. Their income is so low, but they believe in girl education. But don't you just sharing me the idea that poverty also can take place in girl education, this matter?
Well, it cannot be the main or the major reason that might let families stop sending their daughters to schools, because as I've mentioned, we are living in a very simple societies. Let's say I am talking here about the rural areas.
Okay.
There's no transportation which you can, a girl might need to go to school with. It's just everything is very near to you. Even in the towns, let's say, in Kassala town, there are some distances between the neighborhoods and the schools, but still, if we are enlightening and have an advocacy for the importance of girls' education, the poverty will not make any problem for them to go to schools.
All right. Okay. Let's let's talk your opinion about the current efforts and current activities. Just play a role in this track. Are you satisfying about the effort has been exerted so far in this case?
Sorry, could you come again?
Yeah, about the activities from different sides, from different groups of community, from NGOs, from international non-governmental organizations, from the authority, the government for the club. Do you feel it is satisfying? Do they do the enough activities just try to improve or make a progress in girl education?
Actually, over the last decade in Sudan, the non-governmental organizations have exerted a lot of effort to advocate to, the girls' education. I've been, as you know, Raj, I've been in Darfur before, recently, and I know how the organizations are working there in supporting the field of education, and particularly girls' education. I think they have done a lot of things. They construct schools, they provide teachers, and they train teachers, and they are in favor, actually, of supporting the girls' education. As for the government, from the government side, I don't think there is. It's still there are a lot of work to do. But from the governmental side, from the non-governmental side, organizations, there are good progress. But still, if we are talking about education, we cannot say if, let's say, this particular organization have done something in some areas and then girls' percentage or girls' education percentage have been increased. If you look around, you will find the percentage of girls' education would not exceed 40% comparing to boys.
Okay.
So to some extent, I can say, from the organization side, the humanitarian organization side, there is a good progress have been achieved.
All right. Okay. In the last question, I need to know your anticipation. Your expectation in the future. How will it be? It will be splendid and fabulous picture about girl education. It will be erased from our reality. What about expectation about this?
Well, I expect that as soon as people start to care about this matter, that the society, the government, and the organizations will work together in order to increase the education percentage of girls. And I hope and I can expect that the girls will be enrolled more enough than the past times, and
I don't know what to say, really. Thank you very much for your participation, and I believe we can get benefit from your experience and your expectation about your consultant about this issue and in different issues. It is there to have a chat about it. So maybe in the near future, come here to Kassala and join us inside the studio.
I'll do. Thank you for having me, Mr. Raji.
Thank you very much indeed, really. Thank you.
Thank you.
I believe Mr. Mahyaddin, has mentioned many points, and you give me a smile because
I like what he says.
many things has been mentioned by him.
He gave a good ideas. Talk about the government. Talk about it is, as I mentioned, it's not poverty.
Okay, you got me. I tap out. Factor is not the poverty. Maybe get effect, but not like social.
Yeah, not
awareness,
like
yeah.
social culture.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, in your point of view, it's the same questions that I asked him. Is there any hope or just a light about girl education, to be erased? We don't need it. Just we need, how can I say it? It's just like scrap it, get rid of girl education. I believe there is other cases. It's quite essential to concentrate in it. Do you believe there is a progress, very big progress will be in girl education?
There is progress, but it's not a big progress. Like, let's talk, for example, from my side. Mom, she is not that educated woman. I mean, she studied till primary school, I think, but not secondary school. But I did. And her daughters, I mean, my sisters, they did. They are educated. There is progress, but it's not that big progress. But we still need great effort by government, by all sides that can participate in these things. But time is running.
No.
This is the problem.
We are running out of time. But
Yes.
to be late is better than never. I believe there is some effort, and really people believe in this issue, and really they have huge desire just to change this reality.
If they do have the desire, what we need is the desire of the people themselves, raising the awareness. If that happens, be sure that you will fix this thing. I mean, like, you talk about hope. I hope, but that's the thing. But what we need is practical action.
Real action should be taken here.
Practical action, yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's a big, very, 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 enormous things, and really, I don't believe, just one session is fair enough. Just try to cover different points,
Exactly,
different parts of it. But many people, okay, we believe in girl education, and education it is just like rights for anybody,
Okay.
regardless to that factors.
Okay.
But they believe that girls just get worse if they can work properly and very well in particular academic tracks. To be a teacher, okay, we do respect the teacher, but I believe person can be anything that he want or she want. Just there is like academic or particular certain tracks. As a girl, don't go away from me. The girl went join the high secondary school and had exam of the high secondary school. They can join the education college or maybe medicine, but you can find so few number of girls go, for example, to scientific, political sciences or some social sciences. Why people they don't believe still now in girl they can be leader in different life aspects?
This thing, this speech, we can take it to Khartoum. But here in our town, we still just talk about girls' education. Just if you found girls in secondary school in some areas that are suffering from this thing, you'll be satisfied. But yes, I mean, especially in the studies, there's no difference. There's no difference. What is the difference? I mean, political studies, scientific studies, girls, boys, both of them, they can join.
I don't know. But, I say that because many people still believe that
it doesn't have a meaning for a girl that to join a political.
Yeah, for example,
like
this is just for instance. For example, just like when you make a comparison in different academic sites, you can find just go to
education,
particular academic round. You can
medicine.
find nursing and doctors. What about the other? You don't have, as a girl, don't you believe your size, your species, just they don't have ability, the mental ability to join the
I got
others?
your idea,
Or
but
what do you
I
think?
think their mom and dad, they are affecting. Like, I don't think this college is, it fits you. No, this is not good for you. I think this is good. You will have a good payment from this. It will be easy for you to get a position as a teacher. Yeah, things like this. I mean, the family inside, they do have a role in this thing. It's matter of beliefs, matter of awareness, and
maybe okay if you get the level of the high secondary school. Okay, that's fair enough. You at least you can write and read. What do you want more than this? Come on, staying home, waiting for a man just knocking the door and just sending you with him as a wife. That's it.
yeah, this is a problem. This is a problem. I'm so sorry for that thing. Yeah, this is a community. As I mentioned, we need to raise awareness. Like, we are building a nation. We are talking about future. It's not life. It's not just eating and drinking and sleeping. We are not animals. We are human beings. We do have a mind. We're supposed to plan for the future in a well way.
Okay. Yeah, I believe it's not fair enough. As I said before, and I agree with you 100%. Effort should be exerted basically on this issue, and just try to aware the community about the importance and the essential effectiveness of these things. Go to the leaders, communities, go to the religious people. What about the sustainability? We'll talk here about the consistency. We need it for long term, not just short or middle term, for long term. So do you believe there is any way just for creating sustainability in this progress?
I do believe the good planning, put it in the strategic plan. So our government can do this thing, and we can work in the community itself. I mean, we can create a need. I mean, we can convince them that girls' education is a need for you people. So like this, you can ensure the sustainability. I think.
Well, as I said, I believe there is boring down of questions.
Yeah,
so
no. But I mean, if the community, because you are providing a service, education service to the community, to the rural community. Let us say that if the community did not accept this idea, be sure that you will fail. You will build the schools. You will put your budget here,
but it's empty, hunted by the spider net in here and there.
Just because in the report to say that we did it, but no outcome, no result, just a building. So we need to work close to the communities. This is the secret of the success.
Well, girl education is not just inclusively here, in different parts of Sudan here, even in Africa, really it's become concern, very big concern, even the global dimension. Let's have a little chat about this matter here in Kassala. So I believe you're so near to this field, and just be an eye and tell us about the progress. Is it okay? Thing getting good?
Yeah.
Here in Kassala.
Yeah, it's going well, I think.
It focuses basically on rural areas.
Even the rural area, it's going, slowly, but it's not bad. And some area, I think the community now is accepting the idea of educating the girls, but in some communities, I think there is it's not accepted idea.
All right, social play role, and you say that even in religion, in Islam, they appeal people to getting education, male or female, doesn't really matter. But some religions conception, they just try to improve the idea that a girl or a woman go outside and just try to get an abroad and get an education.
Yeah.
This is still a problem.
Yes, it's a
so
problem.
what should we do in this issue?
I think it is. I think it's just misunderstanding to Islam. Imam of Jama can clarify and can guide the Muslim people to the right path.
Okay. Really, I feel so interesting and really enjoy my time with you. Thank you very much indeed for being here. And we need to cover many topics in different issues. We still focus basically in early marriage and different social activities takes place here against, go to school and get education, because really when you educate a woman, that means educate entire. Thank you very much indeed, our audience, wherever you are. Thank you for being patient. And please, we feel so happy and so glad to receiving your ideas, your suggestion about the program and the kind of topic that we talk about it. Any kind of topic that you feel it is very, very essential, it is very enormous, you can just chat in with us. You can follow us within Facebook and Twitter and also your channel in YouTube. And before we go to the end, we would like to have enjoyed with this song. Thank you very much indeed, and see you next time. Bye-bye.
الزمان الخاني يا ريته لو كان خانك. ظلم الزمان الخاني يا ريت لو كان خانك. ليه جرت واتنكرت ليه؟ ساب دياره عشانك وغدر عشانك. السلام الحنين عاودني لعطفك الجياش. لما الحنين عاودني لعطفك الجياش. يا فين حبيب ما خانك النور بسيمتك عاش. انا تاني ما بتلقاني يوم في طريقك السلام. ذكرني ماضي بعيد فوق السواقي الحالي، ذكرني ماضي بعيد وعلى الرمال آثارك طرتني ليلة عيد، على الرمال آثارك طرتني ليلة عيد، علمني قلبك ينسى أرخص غلاوة الريت، هادي الطريق بمشيه خليني فيه وحيد، الحب عذاب في كسلة
عمري عشانك يا سلام، الدنيا عشانك، أنا جيت لأرضك عشان
أبكي وأندم أنا عمري روح فات فرحة ليالي الليل والبسمات، فرحة ليالي الليل ونزاوة البسمات خلتني أبكي، خلتني أبكي، خلتني أبكي وأندم أنا عمري روح فات، حسرة سنيني راحت ما بترحم الجايات، ضاعت سنيني وراحت ما بترحم الجايات، الغربة راحت وراحت ما بترحم الجايات، ندمان عليك يا عمري، ندمان عليك كلمات على كويري كسلة
فين عشانك يا سلام، فين عشانك عشت أرضك
ظلم الزمان ألقاني، الزمان ألقاني، ظلم الزمان ألقاني، أنا الزمان ألقاني، ظلم الزمان نعود